What was your oh hell nah moment in a relationship that made you leave? Ex-wife started an argument with me one morning when I was headed to the funeral of a childhood friend. I asked if she could not do this right now. Her response was, "Oh, poor you." That was the beginning of the end. My ex-boyfriend was angry his mom woke him up at 10 in the morning via duct phone call, so after the call, he punched a hole in his door, threw his phone at the window, woke me up forcefully, and yelled at me to buy a new door so his parents wouldn't kick him out. I had just been medically discharged from the Navy, honorable, and not relative to backstory other than to set mood. I started dating a girl I met around 2 weeks after returning home, and 6 months into the relationship she developed a tumor, cancer, and I had to drive her to radiation therapy and doctor's appointments 2 to 3 times a week. We lived around an hour apart, but we made it work, and I'd drive to her after I got out of college classes and drop her off at her appointments, go back to another class and then come pick her up and take her home. Fast forward a year later into the relationship, her younger sister informed me that she had been lying to me the entire time, and that she in fact did not have cancer but was using me to drop her off to her side piece who worked at the hospital. To make it worse, both of her parents knew about it and neither felt it was necessary to inform me. Never saw her again, never even really ended it, just never fucking went back her way and have been better for it ever since. Edit, answering a few questions. I verified by visiting the hospital after her sister had informed me. That was when I learned that her parents had known because I was informed that they sometimes picked her up with her side piece. I guess he didn't have a car either. And that the hospital staff just thought I was her brother. Sub-edit to number 1 for clarification. I asked the front desk clerk/nurse on a day that I would have normally dropped my ex off if she had been that day for her appointment. That's when she informed me that she didn't have any appointments and wasn't a patient. Yes, the nurse violated HIPAA by providing that information. Physical symptoms. She had issues with hair falling out and patchy areas, and she was exhausted what seemed like 24/7. I had a dream where everyone in my life treated me like she treats me every day, and in my dream it made me kill myself. I woke up in tears and realized truly just how abusive she is. My ex would tell me about all the dreams he was having about killing me in vivid detail. She fucked multiple other people, and when confronted she physically assaulted me. I walked out the door with her following and smacking me in the back of the head. Best thing that ever happened to me. Taught me how to appreciate decent people and to not compromise my own comfort to excuse others' shitty behavior. The relationship that followed that one has lasted 24 happy years. When I was 16-17, I dated a guy who was in town for the summer. He was so cool, I thought, and I had a car so I would drive us on dates and junk. He really made my heart flutter. If I said no to him, he'd get upset a bit, but it didn't seem to be a huge issue. Like, if he wanted me to drive him somewhere to drop him off to hang with his friends, normally I would, but a few times, it was like a 30-mile drive and I said no. Then he hit me once. We were in the car and he wanted me to drop him off at a girl's house and I asked why. He wouldn't really answer and then admitted that he was using me for my drug connections and my car. I was surprised and said no. I'd drop him off where he was staying and then we were done. He hit me. I pulled over and kicked him out of my car and drove away.